Good afternoon, everybody. Kevin here with Overland, Florida. We got my truck, of course. We got Ron and his Tacoma. And behind Ron is Matthew and his Tacoma. All three of us have been up for 24 hours at this point. We all worked night shift last night. Got off work, went home, threw a bunch of stuff in our trucks. We met at Citrus Wildlife Management Area, which is where we are right now. It is about 62 degrees and the temperature is dropping, and it's gonna be in the mid 30s, about 35 to 37 degrees tonight. So we have plenty of firewood. We're gonna be looking for more as we're out here. But right now we're just enjoying the beautiful breezy day, clear skies, and we're gonna enjoy some nice trail riding today. I had to put the windows up because it's so windy. It's coming through the windows and affecting the GoPro. So right now we're just cruising around, what Ryan would call the loser lap. We're just making a big square around the forest, just checking things out. I'm probably gonna go back soon and set up the hammocks because I'm tired. Like I said, we've been up for over 24 hours now. So I'm gonna take a nap, enjoy this nice breeze going through the trees. Probably in an hour and a half, 2 hours, Josh from Naples will be up here, so that'll be exciting. And there's really nobody at the campground other than us, so he should be able to camp right next to us. We got plenty of firewood for a nice fire tonight. And I just got an update on the Weather Channel, and it's gonna be 33 degrees. So if this breeze continues, there might be a wind chill, so I imagine it's probably gonna be close to freezing. So as you can see, Josh found us. So we're gonna do some trail riding. We're gonna go to the caves. Josh has never been to the caves. And then we're gonna go back and set up fire. And Ron's gonna cook us something. What are you gonna cook, Ron?
Some chicken.
Chicken, just some chicken. All right, let's get this show on the road. So we have one more washout section ahead. We're gonna see how Josh's truck does. And then that'll put us almost halfway to the caves, which luckily it'll be light outside for the caves. So after we got Ron's truck out of the mud, we took a little hike and we made it to Dame's Cave. This is from the top looking in, and now we're gonna go around and go to the bottom. So here's the entrance into Dame's Cave. It's usually pretty slippery, but it doesn't seem that wet right now. It looks so majestic from down here. So here we are at the bottom. It probably looks gigantic on the GoPro lens, but it's a pretty decent size. Have a nice little fire ring right here in the middle.
You're the smallest. You're the smallest.
We say it's probably 12 feet tall at the top right there.
Yeah, easily.
All these ancient hieroglyphics. So we made it back out to the trucks. Now it's time to head back to camp, get a fire going. So I just wanted to drive back past this on our way back to the campsite. But Matthew and I, on our way to the campground earlier this afternoon around 11 o'clock, we're driving down Trail 10 right here, and there was a Jeep Cherokee parked in the middle of the street and a lady getting out of it. And I thought maybe she ran out of gas. So we pull up behind her, we get out. We did not know that she hit this telephone pole earlier today. We must have rolled up maybe 5 or 6 seconds after she hit this telephone pole so hard that it snapped halfway. The telephone lines and the power lines were hanging down on the ground. And mind you, her car was over here. So this is what she did to her Jeep, and she was sitting on the ground, and she cared more about her cigarettes than anything else. So we asked if she needed to call anybody, and she said, I don't have a driver's license, which is usually the beginning of I don't have insurance, I don't have anything. So she took off. I think Ron passed her way down Trail 10, didn't know who she was because he didn't roll up on the scene yet. So So here's our campsite. It's actually pretty nice. We've camped here a few times. Although this is the first time I've been here since they poured concrete pads at all the campsites. Ron's getting a fire going. Josh is over here setting up his F-150. Now the whole reason we camped here is because there's electric and water. And it's supposed to be in the low 30s, which we're kind of deep in the woods, so I imagine it's probably going to be a little cooler than what the news is reporting. So we brought little space heaters, and I have an electric blanket, except that Jeep that I showed you earlier, that crackhead crashed into the power pole, knocked out the power, so we don't have any power. So that was kind of the whole reason of camping here. So that was about $25 down the drain. But electric company is supposed to be fixing it.
All right, so after we got done trail riding out here at Citrus Wildlife Management Area, we're gonna go ahead and start cooking dinner now. Cooking dinner a little bit earlier than we normally do. Tonight for dinner, we are cooking chicken. I'm sure most of you that have done this technique before, I'm probably doing it wrong. That's fine. Basically what we're doing is we're cutting the chicken open and we're laying it flat and then cooking it over the fire. I've never cut a chicken like this open before. So if I am doing it wrong, probably am. But we have an EMT on standby though.
So how are you feeling, Ron? Because we've both been up for over 30 hours now.
Red Bull.
Oh, so you cheated. You had energy drinks?
I thought that's what we were doing. I thought that was the plan.
I don't ever drink energy drinks. This is all natural.
Yeah, must be nice.
Yeah. So we have the chicken out of the tin foil right now. We have some apple wood underneath the grill, so it's gonna give the chicken a nice little flavor. And we have some potatoes in the skillet right now.
Sit on potatoes.
That looks delicious. So not only did I forget a chair again, actually I didn't forget the chair. I left the chair on the beach up in Jacksonville. So I don't even own a chair right now. But I also forgot the holder for the Dutch oven, the tool to lift the lid. And I also forgot the welding gloves to pick up the skillet. So Ron used half a ratchet strap and Josh had an extra large carabiner. So we made it work. Now it's time to dig in. So it's almost midnight right now and fire's still going strong. We're gonna get ready for bed. Ron's got his nice warm little camper and I'm actually gonna sleep in the back seat of my truck. And on the way to camping last night, I stopped by Walmart and bought a heated blanket, electric blanket. So I'm gonna stay nice and warm with that in the backseat of the truck. And at 7:30 in the morning, it's supposed to be 33 degrees. So the temperature keeps dropping. Originally it's supposed to be like 43, then like 37, and they keep saying it's gonna be colder and colder. So might just stay in the truck for a while, but I think for breakfast we're gonna go to Florida Cracker Kitchen in Brooksville. So I'm gonna get warmed by this fire one last time and then make the jump to the truck. So the campsite's all picked up. It got below freezing last night. Woke up to some frost. Fire did its job last night. We sat up around almost midnight last night around the fire. My electric blanket back here worked awesome. Gonna use that probably all winter long, whether it's in a tent, hammock, or just in the backseat of my truck. So it's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's about 45 degrees. We're taking the long way out through the woods. If you hear a rattling noise, my snorkel is actually coming loose from the pillar. So I gotta tighten that when I get home. Even though Ron's cooking was delicious and I had my fair share of potatoes and asparagus and chicken last night, we woke up starving. So like I said, we're on our way out of the woods and we're gonna go to Brooksville and we're gonna eat breakfast at Florida Cracker Kitchen. So we just finished eating at Florida Cracker Kitchen and I highly recommend the hen house skillet. It's delicious. It's a load of food. Anyway, it's time to part ways. Time to go home and clean out this nasty truck and get ready because I'm going to North Carolina after this.